Hello everyone. So in previous lecture we discussed concept of Latin square design, that is LSD, then one real life situation where we can use this design and standard Latin square. In that we learn 2 cross 2 Latin square, then standard Latin square for 3 cross 3 Latin square and 4 cross 4 Latin square. So, in today's lecture, we will discuss statistical analysis of Latin square design, then ANOVA table for this design, expressions for sum of squares, and mathematical model for Latin square design. So, let us discuss statistical analysis of Latin square design. Now, we will discuss statistical analysis of Latin square design and ANOVA table for Latin square design. So, in previous lecture, we had discussed a real life situation of Latin square design and its layout. So, in Latin square design, our interest is to test hypothesis. So, first hypothesis is H01. There is no significant difference between row effects. So, in LSD, we consider treatments, row and columns. So, our first hypothesis is there is no significant difference between row effect versus H11. At least two rows effect are differ significantly. So, we discuss one real life situation for rocket propellants. So, in that we consider our row effect as uh, operators. So we consider 5 operators, 1 2 3 4 5. So we check effect of that operators. So so how we define hypothesis for that problem? There is no significant difference between different operators. So this is our row effect. So our next hypothesis is H02. There is no significant difference between different column effects versus H12. At least two column effects are differ significantly. This is our second hypothesis about column effects. So in that real life situation, our column effect is batches of raw material. So how we make hypothesis for that problem? H02, there is no significant difference between batches of raw material. It means our raw material does not differ significantly, or its effect is not significantly different. So this is our second hypothesis about column effect. Then our third hypothesis is for treatment effect. So our third hypothesis is H03. There is no significant difference between different treatment effects versus H13. At least two treatment effects are differ significantly. So in our problem, our treatments are different 5 formulations of a rocket propellant. So in that, for that case, we define our hypothesis that there is no significant difference between different formulations of a rocket propellant. So in this way, we define our hypothesis about row effect, about column effect, and for treatment effects. Now we will discuss sum of squares in Latin square design. So our first formula is for sum of square due to total, or we can say that total sum of squares. So it is defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k in bracket xijk minus grand mean, that is x dot dot bar bracket square. Now this term can be written as summation xijk square minus x dot 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 square upon m square. So in Latin square divide, we know that if we consider m number of treatments for comparison, then we get m square number of experimental units. It means we get m square number of observations in that particular experiment. And this term is nothing but our correction factor. So total sum of square can be written as summation xijk square minus correction factor. So when we solve example for Latin square design, instead of using this formula to find SST, we use this simple formula to find or to calculate total sum of squares. Then next term is sum of square due to row. So here we get formula for this sum of square due to rows. So we define this as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k in bracket ith row mean, that is xi dot dot bar, minus grand mean, that is x triple dot bar bracket square. So this term can be written as summation over I into m in bracket xi dot dot bar minus x triple dot bar bracket square. So here we know that we have m square number of observations. So instead for these two summations we write only one m. And this summation, we consider this summation as it is, and for this summation over j and k we write m in bracket xi dot dot bar minus x triple dot bar bracket square. Now this term can be written as summation over I xi dot dot bar square, sorry, xi dot dot square upon m minus correction factor. What is correction factor? It is grand total square upon total number of observations, that is x dot 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 square upon m square. So to find value of this, that is SS row, instead of using this formula we use this simple formula to find SS row. Then our next term is sum of square due to column. Sum of square due to column is defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k in bracket x dot j dot bar minus x dot 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 bar bracket square. That is sum of square due to column is the sum of square of difference between jth column mean minus grand mean. So this term can be written as summation over j. So for summation over I and summation over k we write m in bracket x dot j dot bar minus x triple dot bar bracket square. So this term now can be written as summation over j x dot j dot square, that is jth column total square upon number of observations in that jth column. So here we get m number of observations minus our correction factor. Then next sum of square is sum of square due to treatment. Sum of square due to treatment can be defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k in bracket kth treatment mean, that is x dot dot k bar minus grand mean, that is x triple dot bar bracket square. Treatment sum of square is the sum of square of difference between kth treatment mean and grand mean. So this term can be written as summation over k. There is a x dot 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 k bar minus x dot 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 bar bracket square, that is summation k to m kth treatment mean minus grand mean bracket square. So this term can be written as summation over k x dot dot k square upon m minus correction factor. So instead of using this formula we use this simple formula to find treatment sum of square when we solve any example based on Latin square design. Our last sum of square is sum of square due to error. Sum of square due to error is defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k in bracket xijk. What is xijk? Xijk is the observation due to kth treatment, ith row and jth column, minus xi dot dot bar, that is ith row mean, minus x dot j dot bar, that is jth column mean, minus kth treatment mean, plus 2 times grand mean bracket square. So this is nothing but sum of square due to error. And as we seen in CRD also and in RBD also, we seen that SS total, that is total sum of square, is the sum of treatment sum of square and error sum of square. In RBD, we get total sum of square is the sum of treatment sum of square plus column, log sum of square plus error sum of square. Similarly, Latin square design, total sum of square can be written as sum of square due to row plus sum of square due to column plus sum of square due to treatment plus sum of square due to error. So when we solve example, we find only these 4 terms. So with the help of this equation, we get our 5th term. Suppose we find SSR, SSC, SS treatment and SS total. So with the help of this theorem, get SS error. There is no need to calculate SSE. We can calculate it with the help of this equation. So this is about sum of squares. Now we will discuss ANOVA table for Latin square design. So we know that there are 5 columns in ANOVA table. So our first column is for sources of variation. So in LST we have row, we have column, treatments, error and total. These are the 5 terms in sources of variation column. Then degrees of freedom. So for row, degrees of freedom is m minus 1. Similarly for column, it is m minus 1. And for treatment also, it is m minus 1. Because we know that if we have m number of treatments, then we repeat each treatment m number of times and we assign that treatment to experimental units in our experiment in such a way that in each row and in each column one treatment occur only once. So that's why we get m square number of experimental unit, that is we get 1 square for the for Latin square design. So hence our degrees of freedom for row, column and treatment is same, that is m minus 1. For error, we get degrees of freedom m minus 1 into m minus 2. And for total, we get m square minus 1. So m square means total number of observations minus 1. So if we want to find error, degrees of freedom for error, what we do? We use that above equation, SST equals to SSR plus SSC plus SS treatment plus SSE. So we can find out our degrees of freedom for error with the help of equation, and we get degrees of freedom m minus 1 into m minus 2. So in third column we have sum of squares. So row sum of square is denoted by SSR, column sum of square is denoted by SSC, treatment sum of square is denoted by SS treat, or say that SS small t or SS treatment. Error sum of square is denoted by SSE. Total sum of square is denoted by SS capital. So with the help of this sum of square and degrees of freedom, we get mean sum of squares. Mean sum of square for row is denoted by SR and it is defined as SSR upon its degrees of freedom m minus 1. Mean sum of square due to column is denoted by MSC, is defined as SSC upon m minus 1. Then mean sum of square due to treatment is denoted by MS small t or MS treatment equals to SS treatment on its degrees of freedom m minus 1. Last one is error, mean sum of square due to error is denoted by MSE, is defined as SSE upon its degrees of freedom m minus 1 into m minus 2. So with the help of this MS sum of squares, we get variance ratio or F ratio for row, column and treatment based our given hypothesis. So for treatment, we denote our F ratio by capital F1 and it is defined as MSR on MSE. That is, F1 is the ratio of mean sum of square due to row upon mean sum of square due to error. So for column, we denote F ratio by capital F2 and it is defined as MSC upon MSE. Similarly, for treatment, we get variance ratio capital F3. It is defined as MS treatment upon MSE. So with the help of this variance ratio, we make conclusion about our above hypothesis. So what is the conclusion? So if our F1 is greater than F critical value. What is F critical value? F with m minus 1, that is row degrees of freedom, comma column, error degrees of freedom m minus 1 into m minus 2 and alpha percent level of significance. So if our F1 ratio is greater than this F critical value, then we reject our H01 at given alpha percent level of significance. With the help of this F ratio, we define the conclusion, that is, if our calculated value is greater than critical value, then we reject H0 at given alpha percent level of significance. Similarly, for second F ratio, so if our F2 is greater than this F critical value, then we reject our H02 at alpha percent level of significance. Similarly, for hypothesis of treatment, if our F3 is greater than F critical value, then we reject our H03 hypothesis at given alpha percent level of significance. So in this way, we define our conclusions about given hypothesis with the help of ANOVA table. Now we will discuss mathematical model used in LSD, that is Latin square design. So our LSD model is Xijk equals to mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus gamma k plus epsilon ij k, where I is running from 1 to up to m, j is also running from 1 to up to m, and k is also running from 1 to up to. So what is Xijk? Xijk is the observation for kth treatment due to ith row and jth column. Then mu is overall effect, or it is a constant mean effect. Alpha I is the ith row effect, beta j is the jth column effect, and gamma k is the kth treatment effect. So similarly, so we know that in RBD we make two assumptions in our that RBD model. One assumption is summation alpha I is 0, and another assumption is summation beta j equals to 0. Similarly, in LSD model also we make three assumptions for this model. So our first assumption is summation I varies from 1 to m, alpha I is 0. Then second assumption is summation j is running from 1 to m, beta j is also 0. Our third assumption is summation k varies from 1 to m, gamma k equals to 0. And this epsilon ijk is a random error and it follows IID normal with mean 0 and variance sigma square. So this is our LSD model and we make 3 assumptions for this model. So in next lecture we will discuss least square estimators of this model. So here in this model we have 4 parameters. What are the parameters? Q, that is overall effect, alpha I, which is ith row effect, beta j is a jth column effect, and gamma k is a kth treatment effect. So these are the 4 parameters, and in next lecture we will discuss least square estimators for these parameters of our LST, that is Latin square design model. Thank you.